Hi, my name is Michael Oken, and for my talk today, I wanted to talk about the impact that social media has on political participation. And I felt like this topic was especially relevant now because of the election season that we're in now. And you see plenty of candidates, whether it's Donald Trump, Hillary Clinton, not as much Bernie Sanders. I don't think he really knows how to do it yet. But, so you see a lot of candidates who have used social media as a way to send out their message and information to potential voters. And the reason this is so important is that they kind of have this opportunity that they don't have the media involved, they don't have anyone kind of getting in the way of that interaction, is that they have the ability to just post something and for you just to read it as yourself and make your own opinion based on that. And that's kind of one of the strengths or powers of social media in general. That it social media presents all this information for you and you can go through it and read and think about the information that's the most relevant to you. And well, that's a positive. It can also be turned into a negative as well because as I've learned from social media and as I've heard from friends on social media, not everything posted on social media is exactly 100% factual. Whether it's people who post news stories that are very biased towards their issue, whether you have people who are posting information or their statuses that leave out important facts about issues, social media at times can be very flawed as well. So it can have a lot of negatives, but it can also have a lot of positives as well. And I just wanted to, I was going to start by sharing a personal story I had about, my use of social media and how it's influenced me in politics and my political interests. So when I was just starting to get interested in politics in around ninth or 10th grade, one of the things that got me kind of interested in it is when I would go on social media and I would see one of my friends posting about a political issue or someone was sharing a news story I knew nothing about. I'm like, wow, politics is interesting. Maybe I should try to become more involved in it, get more interested in that. However, as I got older, I realized not everything that people are posting is exactly true because, I would look up the information and there would be major, discrepancies in the two things given out. So, I think this goes back to my story I'm trying to connect it to. For my Writing 205 class, I conducted a survey with people. It's only for my Writing 205 class, it's about 12 people. And I sent them a number of questions on how their social media use, I guess, influences their political participation. And, a couple of the questions were related to, how often you use social media, do you get a lot of political stories from it? How much do you use it for political news? And then my last question was, have you ever participated in a political event in real life? And for that, it was very interesting because the numbers for that showed the majority of people who filled it out hadn't, which is fine. I haven't either. But it was just interesting because my questions leading up to it were talking about. I'm sorry. We're talking about how do you get information you wouldn't get otherwise through social media. So what that shows is, while people will get information from social media on political events, on political news, it doesn't necessarily going to make them want to actually participate in real life. That they may feel more comfortable just having the information, being able to post on it on Facebook, maybe join a group to show their interest. But in reality, people, and I think I fall victim at times to this myself, where it'll be like, I'd rather just see what the events are on social media and not have to deal with it in a real life scenario. And I'm not taking away, there are groups right now, whether it's Black Lives Matter groups, whether it's 1% groups from a couple years ago who have gone out into the streets and made significant differences or tried to make differences apart from just typing on a computer. I think social media at times, can be a dangerous thing because it makes people just too comfortable just posting on social media and just having their information on social media and not going out and actually having to, do something about it. And I know I'm talking very negative at social media because I'm trying to give both sides of the issue. While in reality, I am a big fan of it. And I do feel like, although it can make you feel very comfortable in having information, not having to go out and actually do something, I do feel like some of the advantages to having being on social media, whether it's being able to get political news you wouldn't be able to get otherwise, or you're able to be informed on what others around you think, I think is a very powerful thing. Because I think that, especially in the time we live in now, it's an important thing to be able to share your opinion and be able to have a wide discussion online. And that's one of the powers of social media, that you're able to say something and people can comment on it, they can express their opinion, and that, that can help build your own ideas. You can say, this is what one person thinks. Maybe I can use this thought, or maybe I could use this thought as well. And just a combined effort. So in that way, it can be advantageous to, your future political news. And, I think especially now, since it's an election season, you're really seeing the impact of social media. You know, you got a candidate, of course, of Donald Trump, that whether it's him posting on Twitter, whether it's people posting articles on Facebook, he's circulating so much news on social media that his name is just enriched in everyone's mind as a result. And he's done a great job of that. Hillary Clinton, to a lesser degree, has also tried to have the same social media impact Donald Trump has. But while all the information news being posted on social media accounts, not necessarily positive for the most part, just the ability to have all this news posted about someone is going to just naturally, in your unconscious mind, have him in it. That when you think about politics, name Donald Trump's going to jump out because you've just seen so many people posting about whether, you know, is his hair real? Does he really want to build the wall? Is he racist? You see so much information that people are posting about him, it clouds your own judgment that you're like, I don't even like this guy, but I'm thinking about him nonstop because I see constant posts about him. And I think one of the important things that this election season in general showed us is that the use of social media has really expanded from just being younger college students and younger kids to really a wider range of people that you got people 50 plus, 60 plus, whatever it is, posting information about social media, which is very enriching to see that you get a wide range of views from people from different races, from different ages, from different areas. So, in that regard, having social media to inform you different political issues can be a very powerful tool. But, like I kind of outlined from, I guess, the beginning of this talk, can also be negative if you don't realize that everything you're going to see on social media shouldn't influence you immediately on how you feel about the issue. You should still take the time to research it. You should still take the time, maybe talk to people in real life as opposed to just commenting on an issue. So while I think that social media is a powerful tool, my opinion on this, it shouldn't be the end all be all. You should still recognize that you should still have to go out there in real life and kind of look for information and want to have information and be want to be out there on the news, that you shouldn't just base everything, all your opinions, off a comment or a video or something you see online. I guess just to wrap it up, I just wanted to say that, I think, in my personal opinion, that you're going to see social media as a major driving force. And same way it was a driving force in this election season, it's a major driving force in future election seasons. I think you'll see the impact of it carried on for many years after this. And I don't know what it's going to transform into. I don't know if it's going to be a negative, add on to our lives, or if it's going to continue to improve the information we get. But I do feel like it is definitely a mechanism that's going to stay here for the long term. And for people who are fans of social media, I'm sure they're excited about what I just said. I think for people who maybe look at it from the negative point of view and say, all this information that people are posting is biased and it's misleading people to think a certain way. I think unfortunately you may see future results of social media imprint on politics. And I think that's something as, people in the United States we're just going to have to deal with. I think, if you use it in the correct way, like I was saying, it can be a powerful tool, but I think it's still very important to not just make it your entire life and to still be eager to go out there and search for more information. So that's all I have on the subject. I hope you found it very informative, and I will talk to you guys later.